Hello YouTube friends, I am back like I said I would be with my sleep study test results. And in this video I started with 3 parts. We've got the beginning where I'm just going through basically what the experience was like, and the second part is about the emotional involvement that I had to struggle with through this week waiting for the results to come back, and the end portion will be the final results for me. So come join me as we jump into the story that started last week and ends today. I have had a migraine most all of my day, but I could not take any pills because I had to drive. And now I am checking in for all the probes, and I am so tired and so fatigued and in pain from the migraine and pulled muscles in my back. And I get to that place of delirium when I'm overly tired. So I've been laughing my head off hysterically, which doesn't feel good when you have a migraine. So this is just to let you know, Mom, that I made it safely to the clinic. Here we go. The sleep study was very, very hard. When they were putting on the stickers on my face, and then she said to me, "Oh, and your doctor that reviewed the chart said seizure protocol," and so they added 28 probes to my head. 28 additional sticky things to me because I have had a history in my 20s of grand mal seizures. So we added that to the protocol, and as you can see, all of the sticky goo, it just burned my skin. I got acne, I got irritation. Normally that stuff, you just wash it off, wash it out of your hair, but I'm a highly sensitive person when it comes to my personality, when it comes to my environment, when it comes to my skin. So what you gonna do? You just go with it. That's why I didn't put any makeup on today, just show you the real me, the raw deal. And I wanted to say that the sleep study was the concept, very easy. The room, like sleeping in a hotel room. None of that bothered me. What bothered me was that I started that day with a really bad migraine, and I couldn't take any medicines because I had to drive to this appointment. So I mentally just relaxed at home, tried to do the ice packs, tried to take it a little bit slower. I didn't take a nap because I was going to do the sleep study that night, so I didn't get a nap in. But what happened was, by the time I was supposed to check in, which was 8:30 p.m., I would normally be asleep in my own bed at home. And so I was beginning to shift into a delirious, hyper giggly mode pre-migraine, when I get very fatigued and I've passed my sleep. I just laugh, and my mom thought I was wacko or drunk or something. I was like, no, I haven't taken any of my pills yet. I'm waiting. I'm so waiting to get to that parking lot at that sleep study center so I can finally take my pills for the migraine, for the nausea, for the excessive body pain that I was in. Loopy. I was like so tired. The drugs had kicked in. And I said to the lady, I'm normally asleep by now. And she says, oh, we'll do it as fast as we can. And then she added that the doctor wanted to add the seizure protocol. That was hard. It was very, very hard. I think it was more hard emotionally, not probe-wise. It didn't bother me. I could sleep through that. But there was 2 things going on. I was overtired, so I could not fall asleep. And when I would start to fall asleep, you get that jolt that wakes you up, that body shaking, whatever it's called. And this went on, and she kept coming in the room going, do you need anything? Can I turn off this? Do you need an eye mask? Do you need that? I'm like, I just needed to have been in bed 3 hours ago. So I think eventually I fell asleep. I'll get the report back in a couple of weeks or a week. But you take a form and you fill it out beforehand. How do you feel? How tired are you? How do you think you'll sleep? And in the morning you fill out the one, how do you think you slept? How many hours do you think you were awake? How many minutes do you think you were? And this, that, and the other thing. And, to be honest, I think I was awake 3 hours and maybe slept 3.5. And I know I was jerking and sitting up and talking and probably snoring. It's so many emotions that go with that. I didn't realize it till I sat down to talk to you. But seizures seem so all-encompassing. It seems so scary. It seems so... I don't want to close my eyes at night. I'm afraid one will start. There's a dread, a deep feeling of like deja vu, but it's like a heightened fear that comes prior to a seizure. And when I started getting migraines with auras, those were the feelings I was feeling, and I thought, no, I don't want to have seizures. This test will reveal, I'm sure, whether I was having any seizures in my sleep, and if I wasn't, great. I'll be excited. If I was, that will be an old path, a new road. I don't know how you want to look at that. But I did pray when I laid down. I said, Lord, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do another sleep study if I can avoid it. And if there is truth to be known, to be revealed, please just let it be revealed so that I can move forward, so that I can get the correct treatment, so that life can go forward. It was done, and the lady had the nerve. When I asked her, is it true my husband says I snore? She had the nerve to say, well, you do snore mildly and occasionally quite moderately. And my husband said, I told you so, I told you so. But it's just an ongoing joke in our family. And I slept all day Tuesday and most of Wednesday. It is now Wednesday afternoon now. But for those of you that have stress, for those of you that have migraines and you have to take one of those sleep study tests, just be prepared that it might wipe you out for the next day, and you don't want to schedule too much stuff or work if you have to go off to work. Well, that was a whole bunch of emotion. Requires coffee. Most things in life involving emotions require coffee. And I wanted to say that I ended up very poor sleeper. That's what they said I was. You are a very poor sleeper. I give you a 55 out of a 100. I'm like, oh yeah, I think that's an F, or is it a D minus? I don't know. But they did not have any strategies that would help me. I did not have sleep apnea when they tested me. I did not have any seizures when they tested me. I did not get any deep sleep in the REM cycles while I was on my back when they tested me. I flip-flopped all around. I moved a lot. I woke up a lot. It took me 2.5 hours to fall asleep. All of which I knew I can't fall asleep fast. I know I wake up often, and I know I have very vivid dreams, and they're weird and they're wild, and they've always been a dreamer since I was a little girl. And I noticed that lately the dreams are changing, so there's some component of my brain changing, I think. But overall, they did not think they could help me any further. I did not need a mask for oxygen levels. As far as they went down were 92%. So I will head now with this information into my neurology appointment next week and ask the neurologist, what do we do? What are we going to do here? And I also have a rheumatology appointment in December where I will ask the same questions. What are we going to do? Here's the situation. Overall, it's a good thing that I don't need those things. Since I had the sleep study done, this whole week afterwards, I have been having terrible migraines that are centered right in the middle of my skull. They call them ocular migraines, and they come with an aura. And I did a video, I can link that in a card up above, a short video about the flashing, arcing, blinking lights and rainbow kaleidoscope vision and disappearing objects when I'm looking at them. Those have been coming and going for going on near 6 days. They loop. They go and I take the medicines, and it gives me a good stretch of time in the afternoons where they go away, and then they either come again right when I'm going back down to sleep or when I wake up again in the morning and I'm just trying to sip a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden there's no vision and it's blurry. And then the pain comes and the nausea comes. So I need to figure out, well, I guess my doctor needs to figure out, and of course I assist him with all the research I can do, needs to figure out with all the multiple types of migraines that I have, hemiplegic migraines, occipital neuralgia, which comes from the base of the skull and goes up behind the eye, just an everyday migraine, which is this side. Hemiplegic migraine is this side. Now I have this ocular, eye-based, middle of my forehead migraine pain that's sending out new auras. I had those auras when this started 6 or 7 years ago. Then they went away, and they've been gone for 5 years. I have no idea why they're back. And if we have to go on a new medicine, is there one that covers all different kinds that I haven't tried? I do not know. I do have a lot of allergic reactions to any anti-seizure medicines, which they often put migraineurs on. And I can't take any of the triptans because my stroke and risk factors are too high. So I really don't know what to do other than just plan a simple life. But it's just crazy how your life gets interrupted, and then you get in a flow and a pattern and a habit, and you go like, I got this. Yep, this is how it works. I know I'll be tired at 2, or I know I need to go to bed by 7:30, and you work your life in the parameters that you have figured out that works, and then there's always an and then something shifts the roll of the dice, and now this medicine in the middle of the day that says, no, you're not getting in a car. You can't get in a car. Yeah, no, can't walk too far up and down stairs and things like that. But I will do my best. The other day I was so doggone determined to finish the vlog that I was working on about the migraine aura. I was winking, I was going like this with my mouse in one eye, trying to get real close to the screen to see, because I just had to make a thumbnail, and then it was done. I could get rid of it, upload it, and then you all could see what I was dealing with. Then I can go lay in bed with my drugs. So you just do things differently. But I am thankful that there is no need for a sleep apnea mask, and that my problems aren't coming from seizures. And we will know more when we travel around to new doctors and figure the rest out. But until then, I thank you for sticking with me. I thank you for watching my videos. I know I said in the last sleep study one that we go and we get these new MRIs, or we get these new x-rays, or we get these new blood works and labs done, or we get a sleep study and we think that they're going to find the one nugget that's going to poof, make it all explain itself so we can fix it. It's this, so give it that, and it goes away. But it doesn't work like that. We just get a lot of practice going to doctor's office. There is one positive thing in this whole year of, I turned 52 and I started doing, this year I've done test after test after test. I had to do the mammogram and the colonoscopy and a complete blood work and an ultrasound of my liver and skin check and all this. And the dermatologist said, "You're good to go. No problem. See you in 2 years." I'm like, finally, a doctor that says I have no problems. I like it. I liked her. So do what you need to do to be healthy. Do what you need to do to get your checkups to make sure you're not brewing something nasty that could be getting worse and worse and worse. My mama had cancer and didn't know it, but had she done her preventative stuff the years prior that they had asked of her to do, it wouldn't have been an issue. Right, Mama? Love you, Mom, and I'm glad you're around with us, and I'm glad you mastered chemo, but I don't want to ever go through that again. Ever. Don't ever want to see someone I love have to go through that. So take care of yourself, get your checkups. If it's your mate that's the one that won't take care of themselves, then boot them out the door to the doctor's office and set up an appointment for them, because you matter and you care. With love, I say goodbye until we talk again.